high in the Andean foothills, where the air is crisp and the clouds seem close enough to touch, there is a city that feels like a living tapestry, woven from threads of ancient civilizations, Spanish colonial heritage, and a vibrant modern identity. This is Quito, the capital of Ecuador, and one of the highest capital cities in the world, sitting at nearly 9,350 feet above sea level. From the moment you arrive, you can feel it. A blend of history and vitality that makes Quito more than just a stopover on the way to the Galapagos. It's a city of plazas and church spires, of bustling markets and quiet cobblestone streets, of mountain vistas that take your breath away in more ways than one. Let's begin our journey in the heart of Quito, the Centro Histórico, or Historic Center. This is no ordinary old town. In fact, it's one of the best preserved historic centers in all of Latin America and was among the first cities in the world to be declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1978. The streets here are a storybook of Spanish colonial architecture, filled with whitewashed walls, red-tiled roofs, and ornate churches whose interiors gleam with gold leaf. Walk into the Church of the Society of Jesus, known simply as La Compañía, and you'll understand why it's called one of the most beautiful Baroque churches in the Americas. Almost every surface glows with gold, a reflection of both artistic devotion and the wealth once poured into the city during colonial times. Step outside and wander a few blocks to Plaza Grande, where you'll see the Presidential Palace, the Archbishop's Palace, and the Metropolitan Cathedral framing the square. The political and spiritual heart of Quito for centuries. Quito's history stretches back long before the Spanish arrived. The region was once home to the Quito people, later absorbed into the Inca Empire. In fact, the city's very location has symbolic meaning. It lies just south of the equator, the middle of the world, where the Inca believed the sun's power was strongest. This connection to the sun and sky still resonates today, not only in Ecuador's national identity, but in the city's sense of place. Speaking of the equator, just outside the city lies the Mitad del Mundo monument, marking the spot where the northern and southern hemispheres meet. Visitors love to take the classic photo standing with one foot in each hemisphere, though GPS technology later revealed that the actual equator line runs a few hundred meters away. Still, it's a fun, uniquely Quito experience, complete with museums explaining indigenous astronomy and pre-Columbian history. But Quito isn't just about looking back, it's a city that looks forward too. Over the past 2 decades, the capital has modernized rapidly. The Mariscal Sucre International Airport, opened in 2013, replaced the old city center airport and brought in more tourism and business. The city's economy thrives on a mix of services, government, tourism, and manufacturing, and it plays a central role in Ecuador's oil industry and export trade. Housing in Quito reflects its diversity. In the historic center, colonial homes with interior courtyards sit alongside modest apartments. In modern neighborhoods like La Carolina or Cumbaya, you'll find sleek high-rises and gated communities. Rental prices vary widely. A furnished one-bedroom in the city center might cost between $350 and $600 per month, while upscale apartments in the north or in the valleys can run from $800 to $1,500. Property ownership has been growing among middle-class Quiteños, especially as infrastructure and transportation links improve. Transportation is another area where Quito has invested heavily. The city is stretched along a narrow north-south valley, so its growth has always been constrained by geography. Traffic can be intense, but the new Quito Metro, opened in recent years, is transforming how residents move. Buses and trolley systems still serve much of the city, but the Metro offers a faster, cleaner alternative, connecting key districts from end to end. Economically, Quito is second only to Guayaquil in size and industrial output, but it is the country's political center and a hub for finance, education, and culture. Many government offices, international organizations, and NGOs are based here, adding to its cosmopolitan character. Tourism is a major income source, with visitors drawn by the city's cultural treasures and as a jumping-off point for exploring the Andes, the Amazon basin, and the Galapagos Islands. Culturally, Quito is a powerhouse. Every December, the city celebrates Fiestas de Quito, a week-long festival commemorating its founding, with street parades, music, dancing, and the famous Chivay party buses, Open-air buses decked out with flashing lights, blasting music, and full of people dancing as they cruise through the streets. The art scene is thriving, too. From contemporary galleries in the La Floresta neighborhood to traditional crafts markets like Mercado Artesanal La Marscol, there's something for every taste. One of Quito's most striking features is its relationship with the surrounding landscape. The city is ringed by mountains and volcanoes, including the active Pichincha volcano, whose peaks, Ruku and Guagua, loom just to the west. On a clear day, you can see snow-capped giants like Cotopaxi and Cayambe in the distance. For a spectacular view, take the Teleférico cable car up the slopes of Pichincha to over 13,000 feet, where the city stretches out below like a map, and the thin air makes every breath feel special. Daily life in Quito is a balance between the old and the new. In the morning, you might pass a woman in traditional Andean dress carrying a basket of fruit on her back, while a group of students walks by with laptops and coffee. You'll hear church bells mingling with the honk of taxis and smell fresh-baked pandayuca from a street cart. Markets are a central part of life. Places like Mercado Central brim with exotic fruits, fresh seafood, and traditional dishes like hornado, slow-roasted pork, and locro de papa, a hearty potato soup often served with avocado and cheese. The cost of living in Quito is relatively low compared to many Western cities, though it has been rising. Eating out is affordable. A set lunch menu or almuerzo at a local cafe might cost just $3 to $5. Utilities and public transport remain inexpensive, though imported goods can be pricey due to tariffs. Many expats and retirees are drawn here for the combination of affordability, beauty, and mild climate, known as the eternal spring thanks to year-round average temperatures in the mid-60s Fahrenheit. And Quito has something else that's hard to put into numbers: a sense of resilience and community. Despite earthquakes, volcanic activity, and political shifts, the city endures and adapts. Neighborhood festivals, family gatherings, and community markets keep traditions alive, while young entrepreneurs, artists, and tech startups push the city into the future. By night, Quito offers another side of its personality. The historic center glows under soft lighting, and rooftop bars offer panoramic views of the city's twinkling lights. In La Mariscal, restaurants and clubs fill with music and laughter, while in La Floresta, indie cinemas and cafes host poetry readings and live jazz. Quito is not without challenges. Traffic congestion, occasional pollution, and economic inequality are ongoing issues. But these do little to dim the city's unique spirit. Visitors often come expecting a quiet colonial capital, and leave realizing they've encountered a city alive with layers of history, culture, and possibility. From the cobblestone alleys of the Old Town to the glass towers of the financial district, from the bustling markets to the serene mountain trails, Quito invites you to explore, to breathe in the high-altitude air, and to connect with a city that stands, quite literally, at the center of the world. And perhaps that's Quito's greatest gift. It's not just a place you visit. It's a place that reminds you of where you are on the planet and in your own journey